So let's pick on Blizzard for this video, as if that's not just saying, let's go for some low-hanging fruit. Because if Blizzard isn't the definition of low-hanging fruit at this point, then I don't know who is. They recently announced their latest World of Warcraft expansion titled Battle for Azeroth, as well as classic World of Warcraft. Along with the new expansion, a few new features were announced, one of which were the quote-unquote new races that are going to be added to the game. It's amusing to see these races are just reskins of the races that you can already play. I waited to talk about this before I saw how the community would react to it, expecting a virtual riot of YouTubers and players throwing their hands up and demanding better from an MMO that, let's face it, has been falling pretty flat compared to its rather impressive competition lately. From what I've heard though, nobody seems to be crying foul about this. It's gotten pretty sad how WoW players just won't demand more of Blizzard. By now, I suppose the majority of players are ones that have been die-hard WoW players, and it's pretty much Stockholm Syndrome at this point with them. Tomorrow, Blizz could announce that the increase of subscription costs, and the players would blindly defend it, most likely. Well, there's no point in complaining about something if a solution or alternative isn't mentioned or brought up. So here's what I would do if I was Blizzard. Honestly, I think they should have put these, quote, new races in a major patch. It would have made for some great content for a major patch. Then do what they have been doing, make one or two brand new model races for the expansion. You know, put some effort into your game like you once did. As is, Blizzard is selling players races that they pretty much already own. And what's worse, the races are being advertised as the expansion's flagship feature. It was the last thing in the new features trailer that was mentioned. Blizzard wanted everybody to step away from the trailer with the new races in the forefront of their minds. It's a total joke and a complete slap in the face to their fans. Those fans just thank them for it too, as they always will. The only one of these that I can see having a unique place in the game are the Zandalari trolls, because I've always thought that the troll race was a bit too skinny and lanky, especially for classes like Death Knight and Warrior. It's nice to see a bulkier version of the race being playable. As for the others though, they are completely redundant. At this point, I can only assume that Blizzard are content with their current fan base, and are only doing the bare minimum required to keep the numbers that they have. They aren't interested in putting in the time and money required to bump their numbers back up to 10 or 12 million subs. That, and they are pretty much stretched thin with how many games they are supporting right now. Hearthstone, StarCraft 2, Overwatch, World of Warcraft, Heroes of the Storm. All these games are receiving support from Blizzard, so I can't imagine they are putting too much money into WoW expansions anymore. With that said, they are still expecting the same subscription fees, and they even raised the price of their expansions with the last couple. So they are doing less and expecting the same amount of money from their fans. The cinematic trailer was business as usual too, pretty lights flashing in the eyes of the masses, pretending like the game is going to be half as impressive as their CGI launch trailers. I haven't been a fan of their expansion trailers since Wrath of the Lich King's trailer, which was dripping with depth and drama. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting increasingly cynical with my perception of World of Warcraft. It's tragic seeing that the game is slowly slipping into mediocrity when it was once such a legendary experience. That's about all I have to say about this topic. Selling us races we already play. It's just shameful.